After you've created a ticket in your point of sale program, at some point you'll need to search for that ticket. In order to do that, you'll need to use the job search function. To use the job search, you'll need to first make sure that you're on the quote screen. So if you were to have another window open, say for instance the payment screen, if I were to click on the search button now, that is to search for the payments. So we need to have the quote screen in the foreground. So if we just click on the quote screen there and bring it to the front, now that's the screen that we're on. And so now when we click on the search, it will give us the job search screen. As you can see, there are quite a few fields that we can search by. I won't go through all of them, but we'll kind of talk about some of the different features of some of them. First is the most common, probably, using the invoice order number or the quote number of the job. So you can type in a particular quote or invoice number, and then you either hit the enter key on the keyboard, or you can go down to the bottom and click on the search button, and it will bring up any matches to that. Now you may not know the specific number, but you know part of the number, so you could right mouse click in this field and then you could choose the like feature, and that like feature then allows us to type in a number, and then let's say we just type in 2, and now we search. Now we'll have any ticket that has a 2 in it anywhere in the ticket number, whether it be the beginning number or somewhere in the middle or at the end. Some of the other fields that you might use, a little further down in that first column there, we can look for a specific type. Say we know we want to look for a work order. We can choose the orders. We can pick whether we were looking for a ticket that's an auto glass or a flat glass. The next column over, also very popular, would be the date fields. We would put in the date of either the invoice, order, quote. We can use the calendar function to the right there, or if you want, you can just simply type in the field there the date, and then also there's a right click feature there, and that can be helpful to do perhaps greater than or equal to, and then do our search. And now we're going to get any jobs that were done on or after 5/15. We have a couple of jobs in there like that. Over in the next column, we have some fields there for name. Now the name fields, let's take a closer look at that. You can see that there's a customer slash first name. So if it's an account customer, you would put the name in that first name field section. There really wouldn't be a last name. If it's a cash customer, you can look either by the first name or the last name. Let's go ahead though and go back to our ticket here and just take a quick look at that. You can see we have a first name field and a last name field. Now some customers like to just put the whole name in the first name field, and that's fine. You can do that. Sometimes customers like to have the last name in the first name field and vice versa, the first name in the last name field, so that when the ticket prints, it prints the last name first. You can do that as well. Just need to remember that when we're in this window here doing a search, we need to put in the information for the first name into the field that the first name's actually in, and vice versa. So I have a ticket in here where I've put both the first and last name into the first name field. So if I wanted to look by the customer's last name, and I have it first name then last name, I can do an asterisk and then the entire last name and do a search, and it pulls it up. Now if I wasn't quite sure of the entire spelling of the name that I had in there, I could do what's called a wildcard search, and I could type in the first couple of letters, and I could put another asterisk, and now it will look for that string of characters, John, anywhere in the name in the first name field. So now when I search, I get John Clark as well as Al Johnson. I can look for my bill to, if there was a bill to on the ticket. I can look by a phone number or a part number, the amount of the ticket. The far right hand column, there's quite a few different things there. We can click on the More tab, and we have some of the fields for the address information. We also have information that we would use for the mobile location of a job. And we also have where we can put in year, make, and model information. Once we have the information in the top section, you'll notice there's quite a few columns. We can scroll to the right and see more columns, and there's quite a bit of information that we can see there to help you better determine. So if you have a ticket where several are coming up with the same name and you need to figure out which one is the one you want, you can choose it that way. Another thing is that you don't have to really have any information in the system. If we just clear out everything and hit search, it'll just bring up every ticket that we have in the system. Now, when you're first starting out, that's not a bad way to go because you won't have much information in there. But as you have used the program for a while and have accumulated quite a few tickets in there, you'll want to put in at least some information. And generally, the less information, the better. Because if you fill in several fields and the information in any one of those fields is incorrect, it's not going to find what you're looking for. Once you have your list there and you pick a particular job, you'll choose OK to bring that job up on your quote screen. If that is not the job that you wanted, you could scroll through the jobs that you had already searched up by going up here to the top and hitting either the next or the prior, and that will scroll either forward or backward through whatever jobs had come up in the search window. Also, if you go back to the search window, your search that you had already done will still be there, and you can pick from here as well. Also, you may need to scroll up or down to find more jobs in the search screen. And as you may have already noticed from before, when I was trying some different things in here, if you've put some information in there and you're not getting the information that you're looking for and you need to start over, if you just hit clear, it'll take all the information out of all the fields, and then you can try filling in some different information to get what you're looking for. And that's how you would search up a job.